Alright, starting out with the third video for this whole slew of videos that I'm going to be uploading. Huge shout out to NateDogg for the inspiration behind this model. I'm just going to copy over the name to his gun as well because I feel as if copying his name is the best way to go with it because it's actually kind of a cool name. We're going to be taking a look at the CLOPP-2, CLOPP-2. Otherwise stands for Custom Lego or Custom Leftover Parts Pistol 2. Basically, after he had finished making a gun, he took the leftover parts that he had and used them to make another gun. And this is the result of that experimentation. And I thought it was a really cool looking design, so I went ahead and took it and built it into what you see here. This is actually a fairly feasible gun in like real life to build, basically because the design is, to be honest, it's really simple. It's not dumb like some of the Call of Duty designs are, where it's not able to be built in real life, but the magazine is in a correct spot that's able to be done. It'd be like all of, I don't know, maybe 10 rounds if it's in 22. But I figured it'd be in 9mm. So in 9mm, you might be able to squish in 6, maybe 7. The magazine release is right here, triggers here, fire selector, because this is a machine pistol, it could be in full auto. And then your slide is connected to your bolt portion right here, and your barrel is right here. This is a pretty feasible pistol to do. I don't have a rendered image of it. I don't know if a rendered image will work, but this is what it looks like in LVD. Pretty awesome. So let's get right into it. You can see the grip here. It's got the kind of like the finger grooves in it. It's rounded using the offset stud method with the grip handles colored black just to give it a little bit more detail. Standard trigger right here, blocked by this plate. Pull it back and it shoots. We have this, which acts as a kind of handguard on top of the trigger guard. The magwell here, which uses these pieces here to connect, but this piece here to get the angle. The magazine release is this piece right here. Pretty simple. All you got to do to release the magazine is pull out on this. How this would work is just with a rubber band wrapping all the way around. I know it's not internal or anything like that, but I honestly couldn't think of it any other way other than making this backwards piece here hollow and then hiding a spring in it that constantly pushes it forward, and I didn't know how to do that. The magazine just slips out like so. It's got a little bit of this cheese slope to catch on the magazine release. Slips in. It's got this indentation here so that if it gets dirty at all, you have a place to kind of take your thumb and pull out on the magazine to be able to strip the magazine. It's pretty basic in the frame right here. No slide lock of any sort, but it does have a fire selector. So here you can see safe, and then you can rotate this down to semi-auto, and then you can rotate it further to full auto. That is on both sides of the weapon. Sights, inspired by Christopher Hotman's sights, using these pieces. And then the entire slide would be the fire selector and things like that right here. And you can see the front portion of the barrel right there. And basically how this would work is like an open bolt submachine gun. If you want to think of more like a machine pistol, the Polish PM63, for those of you who are wondering, it's an open bolt machine pistol. You might have known from it from Black Ops 1, it's in there. Basically this would slide back to an open position here. When you pull the trigger, it would release the slide, pick up a round. It would close right about there with the bolt in the chamber barrel closed. The cartridge, it would fire, it would recoil back, eject the cartridge, and it would get locked back here if you're in semi-auto, and then you'd have to pull the trigger again for the cycle to repeat. If it's in full auto, it's just going to keep going back and forth until you're out of ammo or you release the trigger, and it's going to lock open here. So as you can see, it's obviously in the closed position here. If we go ahead and remove that, we can take a look and you can see that the top of the magazine is right here and we can see all the way through. That's the cool thing about using this connection system. You can see all the way through it and you don't have to worry about structural integrity because these pieces are made of Technic and Technic is known to be able to hold a lot more tensile strength. Obviously, these pin pieces do not actually stay in the gun itself, so you'd have to replace those with pins that are long enough to put axles on the end so you could field strip off the magazine well, or you'd have to replace them with actual Technic pins that are circled that fit in those. And the barrel's there. Pretty simple model after that. So huge thanks to NateDogg's for the inspiration behind making this gun. Obviously going to put him in the title to give him credit so you guys can see that. And if I remember, or if someone reminds me, if I don't remember, I'm going to try to put his video and the link in the description. That's pretty much it for this video. Remember, guys, check me out on Instagram and Facebook. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. There will be more videos coming out after this one. See you guys in another video later.